This is video number 20 for book 2, and this is for violin and viola players. And in this video, we're going to review the high threes, the C string, the C sharps, and then we're also going to learn G sharp, which will be very similar. So make sure you're very well in tune with your tuner and have your tuner nearby where you can see it as you're playing. And I want you to play 4 C sharps on the G string. This is, I'm playing a viola again. This is high 3 on the G string. Remember, this is C sharp. Violins, this is C sharp. High 3. Remember, when you stretch that finger out, it's going to be a little compromised. When it sounds fuzzy, you need to press in harder. Play 4 C sharps over on the G string. Coming. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do 2 C sharps and 2 Ds. 4th finger. C sharp, D, D. Now do 2 C sharps and 2 Bs. C sharp, B, B. Now do C sharp and A. C sharp, A, A. Okay, now I want you to look at your book on page number 13, and now we're going to learn G sharp. Well, this should be easy, because guess what? It's just like C sharp, but 1 string over. So put 3 fingers in the normal place on the tape on the D string. So violas are here, violins are here. Put 3 fingers down on the D string on the tape. That is G, of course. That's like the 3rd note I ever taught you, okay? 3 fingers in the D string is G. Now, if we scoot that up to a high 3, G then becomes G sharp. We have never played G sharp. Not intentionally, at least, okay? So G becomes G sharp. Now, look at your tuner and play 4 G sharps. Violins, you're on your D string. Violas, you're on your D string. High 3 on the D is G sharp. Play 4 G sharps. And go. G sharp, G sharp, G sharp, G sharp. Now do 2 G sharps and 2 F sharps. Go. G sharp, G sharp, F sharp, F sharp. Now G sharp and 2 G sharps, and then 2 E's. G sharp, E, E. Now do E, F sharp, G sharp, G sharp. And go. E, F sharp, G sharp, G sharp. 2 G sharps and 2 A's, 4th finger for A. And go. G sharp, A, A. Okay, now look at number 52 in your book. So again, they're choosing not to use key signatures just while you're learning how to play this new note, okay? You right now don't know a key signature that has G sharp, but you're gonna learn one very soon. Okay, so I want you to shadow bow number 52. And remember, the sharp sign is good for the whole measure. Remember, it's called an accidental when it's not the key signature. Okay, it's good for 1 measure. So all those G's are sharp in measure 1. Shadow bow 52, 1, 2, 52, shadow bow. The F sharp on the tape. Okay, now play that with me and make sure that 1 and the 2 stay to get back on the tape. Watch your tuner when you can. 1, 2, 52, and go. All right, going to 53. Same deal, they're not using key signatures, just putting accidentals in there. So you see E, then F sharp, and then the F sharp is good for the rest of the measure. Shadow bow 53, 1, 2, 53, shadow bow. Okay, now play that one. Play 53, 1, 2, 53, and go. Make sure that 1 and that 2 stay on that tape, okay? Because they were very likely going to go sliding up here. Going to 54, shadow bow 54. This is going to be a little bit trickier because it skips around. It doesn't do everything in order. It goes from E straight to G sharp, okay? Shadow bow 54. 1, 2, red C, shadow bow. Shadow, stretch that. Now stretch the 4. Now squeeze the 3 in. Okay, now we've got that 4th finger in measure 2. Right after that, you got to squeeze that 3 right next to it. Violins, you're over here, of course. Okay, you're going from an A to a G sharp. Squeeze it in. All right, now play 54 and 1, 2, 54 and no. Okay, now I want to talk about how are you going to know when to use high 3. What tells us when to play high 3? Well, the key signature does. Don't look down at that new key signature just yet, okay? We're going to get to that. But I want to talk about the key signatures you already know, okay? Violins, of course, you're over here. Violas, you're over here. Now, this is your most recent key signature right here, where there's nothing there. Which key is this? This is C major. Everything's natural. So, since everything's natural, you would definitely not do high 3s, would you? Not on the G string, because a high 3 on the G string is a C sharp. A high 3 on the D string is a G sharp. We have no sharps in C major, okay? So there would be no high 3s. In fact, on this key, you'd have to do low 2 on the D and the A, right? Because there are no sharps, okay? Now, let's do another key you've learned where you have just 1 sharp. This is F sharp. 1 sharp is F sharp, and the name of the key signature is G major. Now, would you do high 3s there? Well, it depends on which string, but violins, nope, because when it's F sharp, only F's are sharp, C's are not sharp. So no high 3 on the G, no high 3 on the D. Violas, in a future video, we'll talk about high 3 on the C. If you really want to think about it in this key, yes, you would do that, but let's move on for now. So no high 3 on the G, no high 3 on the D, not for this key signature, okay? Because yes, there's a sharp, but it's F sharp, and C, the high 3 on the G is a C sharp, the high 3 on the D is a G sharp. Okay, let's go to another key. Now this is where you have 2 sharps. Now this is the first key you ever learned, which is D major. Okay, now all F's are sharp and all C's are sharp. So for this key signature, whenever you see this key signature again, if you see a 3rd finger on the G string, it must be a high 3, because a 3rd finger on the G string is a C. All C's have to be sharp. So it's got to be a high 3. Go off the tape, high 3. Okay, so from now on, even though this is your oldest key signature that you learned from like the beginning of the year, now you have to do high 3s because you know about them. Okay, the songs you played before just avoided them. Now, now go ahead and look in your book below number 54 and look at our new key signature. Our new key signature is A major. We're going to add a sharp to this. Okay, now of course we're going to add G sharp. That's the only other sharp that we know. Okay, so now we have 3 sharps. F sharp, C sharp, G sharp. F sharp, C sharp, G sharp. Okay, now the 3rd sharp is G sharp. So this means that on the G string, your 3s are high on the G string for the C sharp, and your 3 is high on the D string for the G sharp for the whole song, unless it has a natural sign next to it. So remember how all that works. We go by the key signature. If there's nothing if there's something in the measure, that supersedes what's in the key signature. That we go by what's in the measure. But if there's nothing in the measure, you always go by the key signature. This key signature says all C's are sharp, high 3 on the G. All G's are sharp, high 3 on the D. Okay, we are going to skip 55 for this video. The next video is going to teach you the A major scale. Okay, and we're going to go on to 56. And I'm going to switch and play violin for this one. Now look at your key signature 56, 3 sharps. A major is your new key signature, F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, okay? Shadow bow, 56. Now even though there's not a sharp sign next to, you go A, B, C sharp, high 3 in measure 1, even though there's not a sharp sign next to it, because the key signature tells you that all C's are sharp. Okay, 56, 1, 2, shadow, bow, go. Now high 3, squeeze the 4 in, high 3 again, high 3, high 3, again, high 3. Now F sharp, now G sharp. Okay, try playing that with me. Every single time in this particular song, you put a 3 down, it's a high 3. Now, if you played on the A string, it would not be. It would not be a high 3, because that'd be a D sharp. If that confused you, ignore that. You don't need to know that right now, okay? F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, A major. Play now, 56. 1, 2, right, say, and go. A, B, now stretch high 3. Squeeze the 4 in. Stretch high 3. High 3. Now stretch high 3. Okay, that one's going to have your hands stretching a whole lot. Watch your tuner. Remember, high 3s on the G and on the D string. On the G string and on the D string for that song. Okay, if you were to play in the C strings violas, yeah, there too. We haven't learned that yet, but we will.